Hey there, and welcome to Juicy Celeb Talks. Just when we thought we'd heard the last of Diddy and his shenanigans, Faith Evans has stepped forward with some jaw-dropping revelations about Diddy and her ex, the infamous Biggie Smalls. Now, you've probably heard the rumors about Diddy's alleged involvement in Biggie's death, how he supposedly took Biggie's masters, and all the conspiracy theories surrounding it. But Faith Evans is coming with a fresh perspective and some serious accusations against Diddy that we've never heard before. Was Biggie about to expose Diddy for something illicit, and did Diddy genuinely try to silence him? Let's break this down. It's quite shocking that Faith Evans is now coming out against Diddy, considering she's spent years defending him. She always claimed that Diddy would never harm Biggie and that he would never be involved in killing one of his closest friends both professionally and personally. They had a relationship that went beyond just being artists and managers. They were close friends, almost like family. She maintained that if there was any truth to the allegations, they would have taken legal action against Diddy a long time ago. But it seems that seeing Diddy exposed by so many people has changed her mind, and she is now ready to reveal the truth. Faith Evans has accused Diddy of not just taking Biggie's masters and other artists' work but of actually harming some of his artists. By harming, she doesn't just mean financially or professionally, but physically as well. She alleges that she witnessed Diddy hitting women, though he never laid hands on men, likely out of fear they would fight back. Men like Diddy often target women because they can't stand up to someone their own size. Faith also claimed that, contrary to Diddy's public image, he was not friendly with his artists. This makes sense if he was allegedly robbing them blind. Biggie apparently confided in her that Diddy saw his artists not as human beings but as tools to achieve his own ends, discarding them when they were no longer useful. Take the case of Craig Mack and Biggie Smalls. Diddy liked to boast about how Bad Boy Records artists were a united family, but the reality was far from that. He often pitted his artists against each other, which he did with Craig Mack and Biggie. Craig's big break came when he met Diddy at the legendary Manhattan hotspot, Mecca. Diddy, determined to make Bad Boy Records the next big thing, was impressed by Craig's freestyle and quickly signed him up. Craig's debut hit, Flavor in Your Ear, became a massive success, earning him a Grammy nomination. Diddy, always the master of hype, put together a remix featuring rising stars like Biggie Smalls. The remix was a chart-topping hit, but behind the scenes, Craig and Biggie didn't get along at all. Biggie admitted he wasn't keen on the remix and felt pressured by Diddy to do it. Craig wasn't thrilled either, but when Diddy calls the shots, you don't say no. Despite Diddy's public portrayal of them as friends, they couldn't stand each other. Diddy even referred to them as the foundation of Bad Boy Records, claiming they all needed each other to succeed. Faith, who was also signed to Bad Boy Records, saw a lot of things go down. She recently opened up about how devastated she was when she found out that not only was Biggie cheating on her with Lil Kim, who was affiliated with Bad Boy Records, but that Diddy knew about the affair and didn't tell her. Faith thought Lil Kim was just a work colleague, nothing more. In an old interview, Lil Kim talked about her relationship with Biggie, saying he was her friend, her lover, and everything to her. She believed she had inspired him to do different things and be different. Faith, on the other hand, was completely blindsided by the betrayal. She didn't know anything about Biggie's affair with Lil Kim until much later. One thing she couldn't ignore was how differently Biggie treated Lil Kim compared to others.
Faith revealed in her memoir that Biggie was very harsh towards Lil Kim, yelling at her and even threatening to end her career by kicking her out of the Junior Mafia. Faith described instances where Biggie would scream at Lil Kim, telling her he would replace her with another rapper, Inga, Foxy Brown, adding an extra layer of cruelty since Lil Kim and Foxy Brown had beef with each other. Despite Biggie's abusive behavior, Lil Kim stayed loyal to him. Faith eventually pieced things together, realizing that Biggie was cheating on her with Lil Kim. She confronted Diddy about it, but he lied to her face to protect Biggie.
Faith's suspicions were finally confirmed when she caught Lil Kim in bed with Biggie on Christmas Eve. Faith recounted that she immediately started fighting Lil Kim, even pulling off her wig.
Even after this, Lil Kim wasn't sorry for her actions. She scratched up Faith's car in retaliation and once even threatened her with a gun. It seems like Lil Kim was in an abusive relationship with Biggie, and Diddy knew about it but did nothing. There were even reports of Biggie threatening Lil Kim with a gun after she confronted him about cheating on her with her cousin. Jermaine Dupri, who witnessed this, confirmed that Biggie pulled a gun on Lil Kim in the studio. Faith also revealed that Diddy once tried to use her as a pawn in his East Coast versus West Coast feud with Suge Knight and Tupac Shakur. Everyone knows about the beef between Diddy and Suge Knight, which led to the infamous rivalry between Tupac and Biggie. Reports suggest that both sides took petty actions against each other, like the time Diddy allegedly had Baby Lane snatch a death row chain from one of Tupac's entourages, leading to a fight at the MGM Grand and eventually Tupac's death.
But that wasn't the only time Diddy or Bad Boy Records made some petty moves against their rivals. Faith claims that Diddy gave the go-ahead for Tupac to use her to get under Biggie's skin, supposedly because Diddy felt that Faith was making Biggie soft. This is a bit ironic, considering Biggie's reputation for violence against women. Tupac's ex, Desiree Smith, confirmed that Tupac carefully planned his revenge on Biggie from jail, trying to figure out how to hurt him the most.
Tupac's initial target was Lil Kim, but he switched to Faith Evans because he thought she might be more likely to stray given Biggie's history of cheating. Tupac didn't care who he hurt, as long as it caused Biggie some pain. He eventually met Faith at a party, and they ended up sleeping together, despite her being married to Biggie. Faith consistently denied these rumors, claiming they were just colleagues and that she didn't even know Tupac was associated with Death Row Records at the time. She insisted she wouldn't have collaborated with him had she known, given the tensions between Bad Boy and Death Row. In an interview, Faith recounted how Tupac approached her at a party and asked her to work on a song with him for $25,000. She agreed and went to the studio, only realizing later that it was filled with Death Row members. She felt it wasn't a good look considering the ongoing feud. Despite this, Diddy refused to approve the song, and it was never released.
Some people have insisted that Faith did sleep with Tupac. Reggie Wright, head of security at Death Row, claimed he saw them together in a private room, and rapper Yuckmouth also claimed that Drew Down saw Faith at Tupac's hotel. Even Napoleon, a member of Tupac's Outlaws, confirmed that Faith visited Tupac. Tupac himself alluded to this in his song Hit 'Em Up, and Biggie responded with a diss in his collaboration with Jay-Z. Tupac's father, Billy Garland, confirmed that Tupac had indeed slept with Faith, as he had hinted in several songs. This entire situation seems to have been orchestrated by Diddy to hurt Biggie, showing his manipulative side. Even though Biggie eventually confessed to Faith about Diddy's involvement, it wasn't out of guilt but rather because Diddy had started making moves on Biggie's career, which led to harassment allegations. Faith claimed that Diddy drugged and tried to assault her, and there are numerous reports suggesting Diddy had a hand in Biggie's death because Biggie was planning to leave Bad Boy Records with his masters and other significant artists. There were rumors that Diddy panicked and had Biggie killed to prevent him from leaving. Faith's claims add a new layer to the already complicated narrative of Diddy's alleged involvement in Biggie's death. According to her, Diddy was so desperate to keep control over Biggie and his music that he would go to any lengths, including murder. This paints a dark picture of Diddy as a manipulative and ruthless individual willing to destroy anyone who stands in his way. The story of Diddy, Biggie, and Faith Evans is one of betrayal, manipulation, and abuse. Diddy's public persona as a successful music mogul hides a much darker reality, one where he used and discarded people to further his own career. Faith's revelations about Diddy's treatment of his artists, his physical abuse, and his involvement in the East Coast versus West Coast feud provide a stark contrast to the image he has cultivated over the years. Biggie's own actions also reveal a troubled individual who, despite his talent, was abusive and manipulative in his relationships. His treatment of Lil Kim and Faith Evans shows a pattern of behavior that was both violent and controlling. The fact that Diddy was aware of this and did nothing to stop it, and may have even encouraged it, speaks volumes about the toxic environment at Bad Boy Records. Faith's story is a powerful reminder of the human cost of the music industry's dark side. The glitz and glamour often hide the abuse and manipulation that many artists endure. Her courage in speaking out against Diddy and revealing the truth about her experiences sheds light on the reality behind the music. It's a call for accountability and justice, not just for Biggie but for all the artists who have suffered under the industry's darker forces. In conclusion, Faith Evans' accusations against Diddy are a damning indictment of his character and his role in the music industry. They reveal a pattern of manipulation, abuse, and betrayal that has left a lasting impact on those who were closest to him. Whether or not Diddy will ever face justice for his alleged actions remains to be seen, but Faith's bravery in coming forward is a significant step in uncovering the truth.